Four out-of-state teenagers are in police custody after crashing through the yard of a South County home. The homeowners captured the crash on their security cameras. Police started pursuing the vehicle after a license plate reader flagged it as stolen. Once officers stopped the car, four teenagers got out and ran. St. Louis police say they were all under the age of 16 and are runaways from a facility in Iowa. Neighbors are troubled by the ages of the suspects.
It was a very terrible mistake that they did. They're going to have to pay the consequences for it, but I hope they learn from it. My fence got knocked down, but that can be replaced. A car can be replaced, but a life can't.
A neighbor you just heard from, Sandra Hale, had significant damage to her fence. A nearby electric pole showed some damage as well. Police say they are still investigating whether the teenagers were directly involved with stealing the vehicle and how they arrived in St. Louis. They say none of the kids were seriously injured.
A violent St. Louis street gang nicknamed the 55 Boys is off the street tonight. It's the culmination of 3 years of work between St. Louis police and federal agents. Police say the 55 Boys brought hundreds of thousands of dollars of drugs to our streets. First Alert 4's Caroline Hecker tonight has more on the investigation and the impact the arrest could have on Deep South City.
There are ongoing efforts here in Dutchtown to revitalize the neighborhood, and those efforts getting a big boost as federal and local law enforcement announced they've shut down a prominent South St. Louis gang. Dozens of guns, wads of cash, and enough fentanyl to kill thousands of people. All of it the result of Operation St. Louis State Streets and the takedown of the street gang 55 Boys.
A drug gang that was the main source of supply of fentanyl in the South St. Louis area.
15 members of the 55 Boys were included in a federal indictment. Police say the leaders, Devontae Jizzlebucks Lindsay and Andre LaHaff Pearson, were sentenced to more than a decade in federal prison earlier this month. 13 other members and associates also sentenced for their role in the drug trafficking operation.
This type of organized crime has no place in the city of St. Louis or our region. We know drug sales can have major ripple effects, including robbery, shootings, and violence.
That's 15 of them that's not going to be causing any havoc.
Tom Kimack owns Bierman's Tavern in Dutchtown. He took over the family bar nearly 30 years ago, but says crime has crushed business.
But I'm hanging on by my toenails. Nobody wants to come in. I mean, if they don't feel comfortable, they're not going to come in.
He's seen it all, from robberies to shootings to drug deals.
They're screaming and hollering, walking on the street, or swinging baseball bats at traffic. We just look and shake our head.
He's encouraged by the arrests and convictions and says the more police work, the better.
Bigger police presence, for one, you know, that would be like 90% of it and get these idiots off the street.
A lot of questions still remain, like how much money these gang members are accused of laundering and how much fentanyl they were selling. But police tell us the investigation is still open and more arrests could be made. In Dutchtown, Caroline Hecker, First Alert 4.